What is going on, guys? My name is Styles and welcome to another commentary, and I love saying welcome because it makes you feel at home. Yes. So make yourselves at home, guys, get comfy. We've got a quite exciting commentary today, and this is episode 1 of my subscriber gameplay series. This first episode features XX Kinky Devil XX. He was the first person to comment, and so I think he deserves to be first. This is an ongoing series where you submit your gameplay. If you guys want to be in this series, then be sure to submit your gamer tag and the gameplay you want featured in your file share. This is Xbox only, I'm afraid, because that's the only console I have. And also be sure to tell me the game details, where it's in the file share, blah 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 blah, and I will record it and commentate it in this series. I'm going to try and get most of you guys done, okay, because in time for Modern Warfare 3 kind of thing. So yeah, so Kinky's using the FAMAS with a silencer on the map Grid. Yes, it is Grid. Almost failed that. This game's just almost been out a year, and I can't even remember this map. But yeah, he's playing headquarters, and his game style really is to kind of defend the headquarters from the enemies. He doesn't quite jump on the headquarters all the time, but it's kind of in his priority. And Kinky, I call him Kinky because his gamer tag. He's from Liverpool, and Kinky kind of also describes his personality as a person. So here you go, Kinky. Here's your gameplay, and yeah. So today's commentary kind of, I don't know, it kind of fits in with the whole Kinky theme. We're moving on from Kinky. I think of girls, and that is the theme of this commentary. Right. So girl advice is pretty much it. Girl advice. I'm gonna see that my target audience for this episode is kind of my age, 15, let's just say between 12 and 20 is my target audience. So you guys in high school, basically, us guys in high school, college, all that deal. Now girls, it's kind of a tricky thing to describe and explain. You like a girl, that's the first step. You pick a girl that you like, right? Now, there's certain variables. I'd go for the fact that she's single. That you can also, it doesn't always have to be that way, but you're single, the girl's single, and you've got the second step after realizing that you like this girl and that you want to approach her, ask her out. The second step is to build up your confidence and go and speak to her. That's the only way in this one, that a working relationship, because that's what we're looking for here. We're looking for a relationship. Sex is another story. We're looking for a healthy relationship, and if you guys want that to happen, then you're gonna have to speak to her. None of this. You don't want to start off with this whole Facebook chat, texting bullshit. You want to speak to her to her face like a man, and not everyone has the confidence like that. I would struggle doing this, okay? And I'm not really particularly confident, but I have done it. And yeah, so it's all about the confidence. It's all about the confidence. Got one quote there. You need to build up the courage. You need to just tell yourself, I have the power to do this. And a rejection. You got to look at rejection like this. And I think Woody's Gamer Tag said something like this. If you ask 10 girls out in a night and only one says yes, that is a win. Okay, that is a win. It doesn't. Your kill death ratio in asking girls out does not matter. So that's pretty much the only way I can fully describe that. KD ratio in women does not matter, and you're gonna be okay. You got to not be afraid to get rejection. I mean, you're gonna get rejected sometimes. It's gonna happen. Not everyone fits in with each other, but getting rejected is fine. You just gotta make sure it doesn't get to you and doesn't scare you off from asking another girl out, and that's fine. You can work with that. Now, so you go up to a girl, and what do you say? Well, you need to find a common interest. Maybe you don't want to go right into it the first time you speak to her. Maybe this is a first encounter. Maybe she's a schoolmate that you're friends with for a while and you wanted to take a step further. You gotta ask her out, to be honest. Do you want to hang out sometime? You could say that. Maybe you want to go out, for a meal sometime, if you're a little bit, higher up. But I think in this day and age, saying, do you want to go out and hang out is probably the best thing to do. And yeah, so I would go with that. Do you want to hang out with me? Don't say it quite as awkwardly as that, but say something along those lines, and you should be good. I mean, it's gonna be you got to think to yourself, what's the worst thing she can say? No. I mean, people aren't gonna think less of you because you got rejected by this girl. It's just, if they do think less of you, then fucking idiots. That's just the way things work, and it's the only way you're gonna get anywhere in life. And a first date, we're gonna call it that. I mean, in this modern day, I wouldn't say people describe things as dates, especially in England. Maybe they do it in America, but the first time you kind of see each other, maybe alone, you got you need to build a working relationship up. You gotta be confident, because the thing I struggle with is confidence, and you gotta make sure that because things can seem really awkward sometimes, and you gotta kind of break the awkward silence. So sometimes you don't know what to say, she doesn't know what to say, and then it gets really awkward. Then you don't know what to do, you panic. A million different scenarios with that could happen, but you gotta kind of find an interest. So maybe you both like sports, maybe you both like shopping, I don't know, maybe you both like I don't know, a certain subject at school, maybe you shared a funny experience before. You need to find something to discuss. I mean, one thing that you should do if you don't really know is gossip. If there's any gossip around school, you could start talking, oh yeah, did you hear about what Jamie did the other day, or just a random name. You could kind of build from that, I suppose, but you gotta make sure it's not awkward, basically. And that's pretty much, from there you should be okay. I mean, it's just, I'd say the hardest thing is right at the start when you're first doing it. That will affect your confidence mostly, and you'll get scared. And this is quite an embarrassing topic to cover, because there's actually people that know me, but I'm just on the top of my head trying to think of a commentary. And I think this would be quite helpful, because we are a gaming community, and I can describe it as that. And maybe gamers aren't described as the most, we're not most of us aren't going out every night getting smashed like Syndictive. And sorry bro, you cunt. Yeah, most of us don't go out every single day. Maybe we're not the most social people in the world, but as Tabes would say, gamers can get girls, because gamers are pretty goddamn awesome. Yeah, that's my Tabes impression. Love Tabes. He's a legend. But yeah, so that's pretty much as far as I would go. Now, another thing with asking a girl out when you first select is, everyone knows this, 1 to 10 scale in their heads. Okay, 1 to 10 scale. Kind of roughly where you are. If you're a 6, go 5 to 7. If you're a 5 and you're going after 10s all day, things aren't gonna work out for you, buddy. I mean, you're just gonna get your confidence knocked down. I mean, if you're a 5, you should be searching, 4 to 6. It's fair, and it's gonna work for you. Some would argue that if you perceive yourself to be a 10, you'll come across to the other person as a 10, and it will work. But to be honest, I don't think that's really gonna work for the most part, because if for all intents and purposes, you're an ugly dude and you're going up to a hot girl, 9 times out of 10, if you're not an amazing speaker, it's really not going to work out for you. I mean, girls and boys, we can be pretty shallow. I mean, for instance, everyone on Twitter is complaining at Cher Lloyd, like, oh, she's such an ugly bin. Or seriously though, like, if you're in that situation, wouldn't you? Like, are you that shallow? I mean, there's tons of uglier looking girls than Cher Lloyd. I mean, by all means, she's not the most good looking girl on in celebrity or whatever you would describe her as, but come on guys, like, if you're turning down offers like that, I mean, maybe you're just trying to big yourself up in front of your mates, but seriously, you shouldn't be turning down something like that. But I guess people just discuss it. And yeah, so you can't be shallow. I mean, you can't really be shallow. Now, this doesn't always work out, my advice. I mean, I'm sorry if you go out and try this and it doesn't work, but you're gonna get rejected. But when it does eventually happen to you and it works out, then just remember me. I gave you this advice, and it was. So I hope you guys did enjoy this attempt at giving some girl advice. Please leave a like and a comment if you did, Tell me how I did. Tell me you love me. Tell me I'm a cunt. I don't care. I just like seeing responses from you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you again to Kinky Devil for the gameplay. He got a pretty insane score with the FAMAS and other picked up weapons and his high kill streak. So stay tuned for episode 2 of Subscriber Gameplay. Send your gameplays in. Bloody bloody bar. Love you guys. Bye.